Greetings, and welcome to the first episode of Bella's Modding Adventures. My name is Bella, and today I'll be talking about my journey through video game modding, specifically how I virtually inserted myself as a playable character in the game Yakuza Like a Dragon. Firstly, if you don't know what modding is slang for modifying, or changing aspects of something to create something new. Video game modding has existed for decades, and the changes can range from minor edits to revisions which alter gameplay entirely. Anyone can participate in this modding culture, whether they simply install something that someone else has made, become a fan of someone's modding work, or even create mods themselves. So, how did I get into modding? What inspired me to even start? How did I build the story of my own character to fit into the Yakuza universe? All of these questions and more will be answered in this podcast. When I was younger, I played a lot of little educational video games on my PC, even figuring out how to install them by myself. My gaming journey officially began here, but I remember getting an Xbox 360 for Christmas and playing LEGO Star Wars: The Complete Saga with my brother, making Mii characters on the Wii, and taking care of virtual pets on my Nintendo DSi. Nowadays, since newer games are no longer made for the old consoles, I stick to PC games, going back to my old ways. In the middle of 2020, a deepfake meme spread around the internet where characters with distorted-looking faces would sing along to a Japanese song. That song was Bakamitai, also known as Dame Dame. Dame Dame, Dame yo, Dame nano yo. I was curious about where the song came from and found so many videos about the Yakuza series. Months later, on my 21st birthday, my dad bought me my first Yakuza game on Steam, Yakuza Kiwami, a remake of the very first game. While playing through, I was hooked onto the series, enjoying the way that the strangeness and seriousness of everything fit together just right. I played through the rest of the series as the games were released on PC over time, meaning I played the 7th game, Yakuza Like a Dragon, just before the ports of the 3rd through 6th installments. Eventually, I came across mods on YouTube of the games, swapping models in cutscenes, changing outfits, and editing character fighting movesets to name a few. I was mesmerized and wondered how it was possible to do those kinds of things. At the start of the summer of 2021, I had a revelation. Hirameda! What if I put myself into a Yakuza game? The series has plenty of cameos of real-life people, and Yakuza Like a Dragon has an option of playing with an English dub.
Let's start a brand new age of heroes!
Yeah, I'm with you, Ichiban.
Someone putting themselves into the games, as far as I knew, hadn't been done before. I thought, this is what I'm gonna do during the summer. I knew it would be a lot of work since I knew basically nothing about how to even start. On May 20th, 2021, I began by creating a 3D model of my head using FaceGen. I took photos of the front and side views of my face so that the program had references. I found and joined the Yakuza modding Discord for tools, inspiration, and a source of help if I needed it. The community provided extensive documentation of the files of the games, and since I played them on Steam, I could navigate through them to discover new things. I thought about which of the 7 playable characters I could replace in Like a Dragon, and decided on Eri Kamataki.
I'm Eri. I'm president of Ichiban Confections.
A powerful, optional party member with office supply-based attack skills that I constantly kept in the active party once unlocked. With my limited skills, I thought to just replace her character's head with mine and leave it at that. However, little did I know how ambitious I would become. I brought my generated head into Blender, a 3D program that I had never used before, and imported the file for Eri's head. I changed the scale of my head to fit hers as much as I could, and borrowed her neck, eyes, eyelashes, and inner mouth. I was learning all of this as I went, and it was like performing surgery with Google as a reference. I had to learn about bones and weight so that my head would even begin to move correctly. On June 6th, I successfully exported my first attempt at my head. All I had to do was import the files into the game and load up a save. However, the result was absolutely horrifying. My head was still way too big in-game, my mouth could not close correctly, spikes were coming out of my right ear, and neck flesh poked out of Aries' outfit. I had created a monster! It took 3 days of attempted mouth weight corrections and troubleshooting to finally get my head mostly working properly. During that time, I found a hairstyle and character job outfits that I could alter to fit my character better. A few days later, I decided to explore audio files and character data, where I would find the dialogue for things like battling on the street
The battle is on!
or exploring the open world.
Man, my back is killing me.
I changed my character's height from 170 centimeters to 155 centimeters to match real life. I gave myself glasses and earrings and replaced text instances mentioning Aries' name with my own. I went further beyond by using Audacity and the microphone in my room to record my own dialogue for several days. I first recorded lines for following the main character in the open world. Dude, slow down a little. Don't leave me behind. Then, once I was done, I recorded my voice for battle, providing unique dialogue for the different special skills associated with character jobs, such as the base clerk job for Aerie, hey, we're really counting on you, and others such as Idol, we fight this with love, Dealer, let's take a gamble, Hostess, an ashtray for you, sir, and Night Queen, you fool. The Night Queen job in particular is out of character for me because I'm just too nice for it. I did a lot of yelling in pain to simulate status effects too. I made an outfit to replace Aries' default one. I gave myself a blue sweatshirt over a white collared shirt, black pants, and gray shoes. Even while replacing everything, Aries' face was everywhere in the user interface. I decided to create custom character renders, putting my character in the loading screen, character profile section, victory screen, job change screen, and more. I added parts of my personality to my character, but it was still not enough to define myself as a believable character that could actually exist as a member of the protagonist party. I decided to plan out my character's story and give myself a little profile. Of course, my character is me, but to what extent? I defined myself as a digital artist from San Diego, California who always loved to draw, was fascinated by video games enough to put herself in one she liked, and joined the party as a possible source of drawing inspiration after encountering the group while visiting Yokohama for the first time. I taught myself to model swap my character over others for the purpose of recording cutscenes for fun, such as for karaoke. On August 26th, I realized that I wanted a fighting moveset that acknowledged my love for dancing, my fan enthusiasm, and my drawing skills. Aries' office supply skills could pass as drawing supply skills for myself, but they weren't really me. I tested replacing character moves for the first time, turning Aries' ink bottle skill into meme dance, in which I did the floss dance to steal an enemy's magic points. Are we fighting or not? I found attack skills from street enemies and other party members that I liked and made them work for myself. Finally, on August 28th, I created a final job change from clerk to digital artist, making a brand new moveset involving dancing, fangirl skills, and physical attacks with drawing supplies. Moves include Superfan Scream, which I blast enemies away with a megaphone, Bella's Essence of Breakdance Delight, which I damage the enemy with dancing skills, Fan Art Drop, which I slam a pile of fan art on an enemy's head, Time to Die, and more. My mod was finally complete after 100 days. I asked my dad about what he thought of my mod, and this is what he had to say about it.
I just think your game mods are awesome, especially since you added yourself into the game. You basically start from scratch by taking a selfie of your whole face. I was very impressed with the outcome. I mean, your mods absolutely, like, there were no changes to the game except that you are in the game. Everything pretty much flowed with the game. Overall, I was especially impressed that you learned how to do the mods on your own.
He watched basically everything from start to finish, including the weird parts.
I thought it was hilarious seeing all the different updates with funny results, like the proportion your character's head to the body or eyeballs bulging out. Now that was funny.
I taught myself so much and learned as I went, not knowing what I was capable of until I actually started doing it. I feel proud of myself for accomplishing this, although I don't know if I want to release my model to the public. With my newfound skills, it became possible for me to make other mods very quickly, mostly focusing on cosmetic changes for the characters. I would play around with what I've created and then record clips of the gameplay to edit and post them how I wanted online. Maybe RGG Studios will notice my unique achievement someday and put me in the next game. I don't know. That concludes today's episode of Bella's Modding Adventures. Tune in next time to hear about how I made the character Zhao into my own personal dress-up doll in the game.
Oh, this ought to be good.